This is the National Weather Service in Blacksburg with a weather briefing recorded at 9 a.m. on Friday, September 30th. This map shows the amount of precipitation that has fallen across our region over the past 72 hours, ending at 8 a.m. Friday morning. As you can see, areas with the blue shading indicate precipitation totals estimated to be between 5 and 8 inches. And you can see there's a fairly broad swath of those heavy precipitation totals extending from the Allegheny Highlands, the southern Shenandoah Valley, the Roanoke Valley, even into the New River Valley and northwest North Carolina, with another swath from the northern Piedmont of North Carolina into the south side of Virginia. So needless to say, we've seen quite a bit of precipitation over the past couple of days, and unfortunately more heavy rain is expected today. Here is the forecast precipitation amounts through 8 a.m. Friday morning. Generally speaking, 1/2 to 1 1/2 inches of rain will fall, but again, we're going to see that scenario where we see the bands of rainfall, and within those bands you will see heavier precipitation amounts in excess of 2 inches, with rainfall rates within those bands of thunderstorms 1 to 2 inches per hour, which will cause some more localized flooding. As a result, the Weather Prediction Center has placed much of the National Weather Service Blacksburg forecast area, especially in West Virginia and Virginia, under a slight risk for excessive rainfall through this evening. In terms of the potential for severe weather today and this evening, there is a marginal risk for those areas along and east of the Blue Ridge. The primary threat today, as we have seen for the past couple of days, will be large hail. And those storms will have the potential to produce hailstones larger than the size of a quarter. And just a reminder, a marginal risk of severe weather means isolated severe thunderstorms possible, limited in duration and coverage. And again, we're focusing on the large hail as a primary threat today. In terms of timing, let's look at how one forecast model shows how thunderstorms will evolve today. We already are seeing bands of storms develop across parts of Virginia this morning. And unfortunately, those bands will continue to train over the same area today. And you can see here's the forecast for early this afternoon, mid-afternoon, about the time when schools are letting out. And you can see that band of thunderstorms somewhere in central and western Virginia, anywhere from the Piedmont to the Roanoke Valley to the New River Valley, extending down to the Virginia south side. So those thunderstorms will train over the same area and, again, produce some localized flooding. Now, we are finally starting to see this upper level low shift off to the north and to the west, and this should take most of the precipitation north later this evening and especially tonight. So here is the forecast for 11 p.m. tonight, and you can see that shift with the showers and thunderstorms pushing off to the north from the I-64 corridor and locations north. So the rain today will be primarily during the daytime and early evening hours. Now let's talk about Hurricane Matthew, which is a Category 2 hurricane in the Caribbean. And here's the official forecast from the National Hurricane Center, still forecasting that northward turn here in the next couple of days and taking it up into the western Atlantic. There's still quite a bit of time between between now and when this will be moving into the Atlantic Basin. Here are some of the model forecasts of where this will go over the next several days, and you can see there is a fairly decent consensus that it will stay offshore until we get to about mid to late week, and then there's some uncertainty with regard to whether it will make landfall or move back out to the ocean. So we still have some time to monitor this, but in terms of southwest Virginia, northwest North Carolina, southeast West Virginia, the confidence is pretty high that any impacts from Matthew will be well east of our area, but we will continue to monitor Matthew over the next several days. So to summarize, we are expecting showers and thunderstorms to continue through the day into the mid to late evening hours with repeated bands of showers and storms. The primary threats today will be localized flash flooding of creeks and streams, as well as poor drainage and urban areas. If these storms line up along an urban area, it will not take long for flooding of some streets to occur. Then the potential for large hail will be possible during the day and early evening today, especially along and east of the Blue Ridge where there is that marginal risk of severe weather in effect. So the impacts today, flooding of roads, especially in low water crossing areas and poor drainage areas, and perhaps some minor damage to crops and property from the large hail as we've seen over the past couple of days. And our confidence is moderate for the impacts and timing. For the latest information, please visit our website at weather.gov/Blacksburg or our social media pages. And again, if you'd like to subscribe to have warnings delivered to you, you can go to weather.gov/subscribe. Thank you very much for your time.